court, from all that's great within the compass of the city walls, we now have brought our speed.
Hold your peace, goodman boy.
What do you mean, sir?
That you have no good meaning. This 7 years there have been plays at this house. I have observed it. You have still girds at citizens, and now you call your play The London Merchant? Down with your title, boy. Down with your title.
Are you a member of the noble city?
I am.
And a free man?
Yea, and a grocer.
So, grocer then, by your sweet favor, we intend no abuse to the city. You seem an understanding man. What would you have us do, sir?
Well, present something notably in honor of the commons of the city.
Why, what would you say to the life and death of Fat Drake, or the repairing of the fleet privies?
I do not like that. But I will have a citizen, and he shall be of my own trade.
You should have told us your mind a month since. Our play is ready to begin now.
'Tis all one for that. 'Tis all one for that. I will have a grocer, and he shall do admirable things.
What will you have him do?
Marry. I will have him...
Husband! Oh, husband!
Peace, mistress.
Hold thy peace, Rafe. I know what I do. I warrant ye. Husband!
Sayest thou, Coney?
Oh, let him kill a lion with a pestle, husband. Let him kill a lion with a pestle.
Ooh, so he shall. I'll have him kill a lion with a pestle.
Oh, husband, shall I come up, husband?
Aye, Coney. Rafe, help your mistress this way. Pray, gentlemen, make her a little room. I pray you, lend me your hand to help up my wife. Thank you. So.
Well, by your leave, I'm something troublesome. I'm a stranger here. I was never at one of these plays, as they say, before.
Boy, let my wife and I have a couple of stools, and then begin, and let this grocer do rare things.
But, sir, we have never a boy to play him. Everyone hath a part already.
Husband, for God's sakes, let Rafe play him. Beshrew me if I do not think he will go beyond them all.
Well remembered, wife. Come up, Rafe. I'll tell you. Let them but lend him a suit of apparel and necessities, and by gad, if any of them all blow wind in the tail on him, I'll be hanged.
I pray you, youth, let him have a suit of apparel. I'll be sworn my husband tells you true. He will act you sometimes at our house that all the neighbors cry out on him. Hold up thy head, Rafe. Show the gentleman what thou canst do.
Do, Rafe, do.
By heaven, methinks it were an easy leap to pluck bright honor from the pale-faced moon, or dive into the bottom of the sea, where never fathom line touched any ground, and pluck up drowned honor from the lake of hell.
Oh, how say you? Is it not as I told you?
He shall have a suit of apparel if he will go in.
In, Rafe, in, Rafe, and set out the grocery in their kind, if thou lovest me.
I warrant our Rafe will look finely when he's dressed.
What will you have it called?
The grocer's honor.
Methinks the Knight of the Burning Pestle were better.
Ooh, I'll be sworn, husband, that's as good as names can be.
Let it be so.
Oh, will you sit down then?
Aye, come, wife. Begin.
From all that's near the court, from all that's great within the compass of these city walls, we now have brought our sea. Fly far from hence, all private taxes, immodest phrases, whatever may but show like vicious. But honest minds are pleased with honest things. Thus much for that we do. But for Rafe's part, you must answer for yourself.
Take no care for Rafe. He'll discharge himself, I warrant you.
If faith, I'll give my word for Rafe.
Sirrah, I'll make you know you are my prentice, and whom my charitable love redeemed even from the fall of fortune, gave thee heat and growth to be what now thou art. New cast thee, adding the trust of all I have, and yet, as I remember, you had never charged to love your master's daughter, and even then, when I had found a wealthy husband for her, I take it, sir, you had not. But, however, I'll break the neck of that commission, and make you know you are but a merchant's factor.
Sir, I do liberally confess I am yours, bound both by love and duty to your service, in which my labor hath been all my profit. I have not lost in bargain, nor delighted to wear your honest gains upon my back, nor have I given a pension to my blood, or lavishly in play consumed your stock. These, and the miseries that do attend them, I dare with innocence proclaim are strangers to all my temperate actions. For your daughter, if there be any love to my deservings borne by her virtuous self, I cannot stop it, nor am I able to refrain her wishes. Besides, I cannot think you mean to match her unto a fellow of so lame a presence, one that hath little left of nature in him.
It is very well, sir. I can tell your wisdom how all this shall be cured.
Your care becomes you.
And thus it shall be, sir. I here discharge you my house and service. Take your liberty, and when I want a son, I'll send for you.
These be the fair rewards of them that love. Oh, you that live in freedom, never prove the travail of a mind led by desire.
Oh gosh, how now struck by my father's thunder?
Struck dead, unless the remedy be full of speed and virtue. I am now what I expected long, no more your father's,
But mine.
but yours, and only yours I am. That's all I have to keep me from the statute. You dare be constant still?
Oh, fear me not. In this I dare be better than a woman, nor shall his anger nor his offers move me, were they both equal to a prince's power.
You know my rival.
Yes, and I love him dearly, even as I love an ague or foul weather. I pray thee, Jasper, fear him not.
Oh no, I do not mean to do him so much kindness, but to our own desires. You know the plot we both agreed on?
Yes, and will perform my part exactly.
I are no more. Farewell, and keep my heart. 'Tis yours.
I take it. He must do miracles, makes me forsake it.
Fie upon 'em, little infidels. What's the matters here now? Well, I'll be hanged for halfpenny if there be not some abomination knavery in this play. Well, let 'em look to it. Rafe must come, and if there be any tricks of ruin,
Let 'em brew and bake too, husband. In God's name, Rafe will find all out. I warrant you, and they were older than they are. I pray, my pretty youth, is Rafe ready?
He will be presently.
Now, I pray you, make my commendations unto him, and withal carry him this stick of licorice. Tell him his mistress sent it to him, and bid him bite a piece. 'Twill open his pipes the better, say.
Come, sir, she's yours. Upon my faith, she's yours. You have my hand, my wanton prentice, like a bladder blew himself with love. I have let out and sent him to discover new masters yet unknown.
I thank you, sir. Indeed, I thank you, sir. And ere I stir, it shall be known, however you do deem, I am of gentle blood and gentle seam.
Oh, sir, I know it's certain.
Sir, my friend, although as writers say, all things have end, if in this bloody simile I put my love more endless than frail things or gut.
Husband, I prithee, sweet lamb, tell me one thing, but tell me truly.
what is it, mouse?
Sirrah, didst thou ever see a prettier child? How it behaves itself, I warrant ye, and speaks, and looks, and perts up the head.
You can, I prithee, heartily contain thyself. The children are very pretty, but when Rafe comes, lamb.
Oh, when Rafe comes, Coney. Oh, well, proceed.
Oh, thank you. Well, sir, you know my love, and rest, I hope, assured of my consent. Get but my daughters, and wed her when you please. Now, you must be bold, and clap in close unto her. Come, I know you have language good enough to win a wench.
A whoreson tyrant. It's been an old stringer in days, I warrant him.
I take your gentle offer, and withal yield love again, and love reciprocal.
What? Loose! Within there!
Called you, sir?
I did. Give entertainment to this gentleman, and see you not be froward to her, sir. My presence will but be an eyesore to you.
Fair Mistress Luce, how do you? Are you well? Give me your hand, and then I pray you tell how doth your little sister and your brother, and whether you love me or another?
Sir, these are quickly answered.
So they are, where women are not cruel.
Your game, sir.
Let no game, or anything that tendeth to the same, be evermore remembered, thou fair killer for whom I sat me down, and break my tiller.
Why, cannot this strange passion be withstood? Send for a constable, raise the town.
Oh, no, my valiant love will batter down. Millions of constables, and put to flight even that great watch of midsummer day by night.
Shrew me, sir, 'twere good I yielded then. Weak women cannot hope, where valiant men have no resistance.
Yield then. I'm full of pity, though I say it, and can pull out of my pocket thus a pair of gloves. Look, loose, look, the dog's tooth nor the dove's are not so white as these, and sweet they be, and whipped about with silk, as you may see.
Well, sir, I take them kindly, and thank you. What would you more?
Oh, nothing.
Why then, farewell.
Nor so, for, lady, I must tell before we part, for what we met together. God grant me time and patience and fair weather.
Speak and declare your mind in terms so brief.
I shall. Then, first and foremost, for relief I call to you, if that you can afford it. I care not at what price, for on my word it shall be repaid again, although it cost me more than I'll speak of now, for love hath tossed me in furious blanket like a tennis ball, and now I rise aloft, and now I fall.
Alas, good gentleman, alas the day.
I thank you heartily, and as I say, thus do I still continue without rest. In the morning like a man, at night a beast.
Why, sir, you know my will is nothing worth without my father's grant. Get his consent, and then you may with assurance try me.
The worshipful your sire will not deny me, for I have asked him, and he hath replied, sweet Master Humphrey, Luce shall be thy bride.
Sweet Master Humphrey, then I am content.
And so am I, in truth.
Yet take me with you. There is another clause, must be annexed, and this is it. I swore and will perform. No man shall ever join me as his wife, but he that stole me hence. You dare venture, I am yours. If not, farewell forever.
Stay, nymph. Stay, I have a double gelding, colored bay, sprung by his father from barbarian kind. Another for myself, though somewhat blind, yet true as trusty tree.
I am satisfied, and so I give my hand. Our course must lie through Waltham Forest, where I have a friend will entertain us. So farewell, Sir Humphrey, and think upon your business.
Oh, I die, I am resolved to venture life and limb for one so young and fair, so kind, so trim. Oh.
By my faith and troth, George, and as I am virtuous, it is e'en the kindest young man that ever trod on shoe leather. Well, go thy ways, if thou hast her not, 'tis not thy fault, i' faith.
I prithee, mouse, be patient. She'll have her, or I'll make some of them smoke for it.
That's my good lamb, George. Oh, husband, now, there's Rafe.
Peace.
There's Rafe.
Let peace, let Rafe alone. Hark you, Rafe, do not strain yourself too much at the first. Peace. Begin, Rafe.
Then Palmerin and Trineus, snatching their lances from their dwarves and clasping their helmets, galloped amain after the giant. And Palmerin, having gotten a straight of him, came posting amain, saying, "Stay, traitorous thief, for thou mayest not so carry away her that is worth the greatest lord in the world." And with these words, gave him a blow on the shoulder that he struck him besides his elephant, so that the princess, getting out of the throng between joy and grief, said, "All happy night, the mirror of all such as follow arms, now may I be well assured of the love thou bearest me. I wonder why the kings do not raise an army of 1,500,000 men and destroy these giants. They do much hurt to wandering damsels that go in quests of their knights, and certainly those knights are much to be commended, who, neglecting their possessions, wander with a squire and a dwarf through the deserts to relieve poor ladies."
Aye, by my faith are they, Rafe. Let them say what they will, they are indeed. Our knights neglect their possessions well enough, but they do not the rest.
There is no such courteous and fair, well-spoken knights in this age. They will call one the son of a whore, that Palmerin of England would have called fair sir, and one that Roesler would have called right beauteous damsel, they will call damned bitch.
I'll be sworn will they, Rafe. They have called me so 100 times.
But what brave spirit could be content to sit in his shop with his blue apron before him, that might pursue feats of arms and through his noble achievements procure such a famous history to be written of his heroic prowess?
Well said, Rafe.
Yes.
Why should not I then pursue this course, both for the credit of myself and our company? For amongst all the worthy books of achievements, I do not call to mind that I yet read of a grosser errand. I will be said knight. Have you heard of any that hath wandered unfurnished of his squire and dwarf? My elder prentice, Tim, shall be my trusty squire, and little George, my dwarf. Hence my blue apron. Yet in remembrance of my former trade, upon my shield shall be portrayed a burning pestle, and I will be called the knight of the burning pestle.
Nay, I dare swear thou wilt not forget thy old trade, thou wert ever meek.
Tim,
None.
my beloved squire, and George, my dwarf.
Yes.
I charge you that from henceforth you never call me by any other name but the right courteous and valiant knight of the burning pestle, and that you never call any female by the name of woman or wench, but fair lady, if she have her desires, if not, distressed damsel, that you call all forests and heaths deserts, and all horses palfreys.
That is very fine, Faith. Do the people like Rafe, think you, husband?
Oh, I warrant thee, the players would give all the shoes in the shop for him.
My beloved squire, Tim, stand out. Admit this were a desert, and over it a knight-errant pricking, and I should bid you inquire of his intents. What would you say?
Sir, send you ID?
No. Fair sir, say it thus. Fair sir, the right courteous and valiant knight of the burning Pestle commanded me to inquire upon what adventure you were bound, whether to relive some distressed damsel or otherwise.
Horse and blockhead cannot remember.
Right, courteous knight and valiant knight of the burning Pestle. Here is a damsel to give a half a penny worth of pepper.
Ooh, that's a good boy. I see the little boy can hit. By my troth, it's a fine child.
Relieve her with all courteous language. Now shut up shop, no more apprentices, but my trusty squire and dwarf. I must bespeak my shield and arming Pestle.
Go thy ways, Rafe. As I am a true man, thou art the best on them all.
Rafe!
What say you, mistress?
I prithee, come again quickly, sweet Rafe.
By and by.
Give thee my blessing. No, I'll ne'er give thee my blessing. I'll see thee hanged first. Thou art thy father's own son of the right blood of the merry thoughts. I may curse the time that I ever knew thy father. He hath spent all his own and mine too, and when I tell him of it, he laughs and dances and sings, and thou art a waste thrift, and art run away from thy master that loved thee well, and art come to me. And I have laid up a little for my younger son Michael, and thou thinkest to bezzle that, but thou shalt ne'er be able to do it. Come hither, Michael. Come, Michael, down on thy knees. Thou shalt have my blessing.
I pray you, mother. Pray to God to bless me.
Oh, God, bless thee. But Jasper shall never have my blessing. He shall be hanged first. Shall he not, Michael? How sayest thou?
Yes, forsooth, mother, and grace of God.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Faith, it's a fine spoken child.
Mother, though you forget a parent's love, I must preserve the duty of a child. I ran not from my master, nor returned to have your stock maintain my idleness.
Your ungracious child.
Darling, that's my line.
It is your line. I'm sorry.
Ungracious child, I warrant him. Hark how he chops logic with his mother.
And if he were my son, I would hang him up by the heels and flay him and salt him, horse and halter sack.
My coming is only to beg your love, which I must ever, though I never gain it. And howsoever you esteem of me, there is no drop of blood hid in these veins, but I remember well belongs to you that brought me forth, and would be glad for you to rip them out and let it out again.
With faith, it's sour enough for thee, God knows. But I'll hamper thee well enough. Get thee in, thou vagabond, get thee in, and learn of thy brother Michael.
Nose, nose, jolly red nose, and who gave thee this jolly red nose?
Oh, hark, my husband, he's singing and hoiting, and I'm fain to cark and care, and all little enough. Husband, Charles, merry thought.
Nutmeg and ginger, cinnamon and cloves, they gave thee this jolly red nose.
If you consider your state, you have little list to sing. Whis.
It should never be considered if I thought it would spoil my singing.
But how wilt thou do, Charles? Thou art an old man, and thou canst not work, and thou hast not 40 shillings left. And thou eatest good meat, and drinkest good drink, and laughest.
And will do.
But how wilt thou come by it, Charles?
How? Why, how have I done hitherto these 40 years? I never came into my dining room, but at 11 and 6 o'clock I found excellent meat and drink on the table. My clothes were never worn out, but next morning a tailor brought me a new suit. And without question, it will ever be so.
Oh, well, Charles, you promised to provide for Jasper, and I have laid up for Michael. I pray you, pay Jasper his portion. He's come home, and he shall not consume Michael's. He says his master turned him away, but I promise you truly, I think he ran away.
No, indeed, Mistress Merrythought, I'll assure you his master did turn him away, even in this place 'twas. If faith within this half hour about his daughter, my husband was by.
Hang him, rogue. He served him well enough. Love his master's daughter. By my troth, Coney, if there were 1,000 boys, thou would spoil them all with taking their parts. Let his mother alone with him.
Aye, George, but yet, truth is truth.
Mino?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Jasper? He's welcome. However, I'll call him in. He shall have his portion. Is he merry?
Ah, foul chive him. He is too merry. Jasper! Michael!
Welcome, Jasper. Though thou run'st away, welcome. God bless thee. 'Tis thy mother's mind that thou should receive thy portion. Thou hast been abroad, and I hope hast learned experience enough to govern it. Thou art of sufficient years. Hold thy hand. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There is 10 shillings for thee. Thrust thyself into the world with that, and take some settled course. If fortune cross thee, thou hast a retiring place. Come home to me. I have 20 shillings left. Be a good husband, that is. Wear ordinary clothes. Eat the best meat and drink the best drink. Be merry. Oh, and give to the poor. And believe me, thou hast no ends of thy goods.
Long may you live free from all thought of ill, and long have cause to be thus merry still. But, Father...
No more words, Jasper. Get thee gone. Thou hast my blessing. Thy father's spirit upon thee, Jasper. Farewell.
So, Michael, now get thee gone too.
Yes, forsooth, mother, but I'll have my father's blessing first.
No, Michael, 'tis no matter for his blessing. Thou hast my blessing. Be gone. I'll fetch my money and jewels and follow thee. I'll stay no longer with him. I warned thee. Truly, Charles, I'll be gone too.
What? You will not.
Yes, indeed I will.
Hi-ho. Farewell, Nan. I'll never trust wench more again, if I can.
Oh, you shall not think when all your own is gone to spend that I have been scraping up for Michael.
Farewell, good wife. I expect it not. All I have to do in this world is to be merry, which I shall, if the ground be not taken from me, and if it be, when earth and seas from me are reft, the skies aloft for me are left.
I'll be sworn he is a merry old gentleman for all that. Oh, kind youth, pray, bid Rafe come, bid Rafe come.
Peace, Coney. Sirrah, you scurvy boy. Bid the players send Rafe, or by gods... And they do not. I'll tear some of their periwigs beside their heads. This is all riffraff.
And how, Faith, how goes it now, son Humphrey?
Right worshipful, and my beloved friend and father dear, this matter's at an end.
'Tis well, it should be so. I'm glad the girl is found so tractable.
Nay, she must whirl from hence, and you must wink, for so I say the story tells, tomorrow before day.
George,
Yeah.
dost think in thy conscience now 'twill be a match? Thou seest the poor gentleman, dear heart, how it labors and throbs to be at rest. I'll go move the father for it.
No, no, I prithee, sit still, honeysuckle. Thou'lt spoil all. If he deny him, I'll bring 6 good fellows myself, and in the shuttling of an evening, knocked up, and there's an end.
Well, George, well, you have been a wag in your days, but God forgive you, and I do with all my heart.
How was it, son? You told me that tomorrow before daybreak you must convey her hence?
I must, and thus it is agreed. Your daughter rides upon a brown bay steed, I on a sorrel, which I bought from Brian, the honest host of the Red Roaring Lion.
Alas, why should you be thus full of grief to me, that do as willing as yourself agree to anything, so it be good and fair? Then steal her when you will. If such a pleasure content you both, I'll sleep and never see it, to make your joys more full. But tell me, why you may not here perform your marriage?
The cause you seem to ask, I thus declare. Help me, oh muse mine. Your daughter sware, and this it was she sware, never to marry but such a one whose mighty arm could carry, as meaning me, for I am such a one, her bodily way through stick and stone till both of us arrive at her request some 10 miles off in the wild Waltham forest.
If this be all, you shall not need to fear any denial in your love. Proceed. I'll neither follow nor repent the deed.
Good night. 20 good nights, and 20 more, and 20 more good nights. And that makes 80.
Uh-huh.
Come, Michael, art thou not weary, boy?
No, forsooth, mother, not I. Mother.
What says my boy?
Shall not my father go with us too?
No, Michael. Let thy father go snick up. He shall never come between a pair of sheets with me again while he lives. Let him stay at home and sing for his supper boy. Come, child, sit down, and I'll show my boy fine knickknacks indeed. Oh, look here, Michael. Here's a ring. And here's a brooch. And here's a bracelet. And 2 rings more. And here's money. And gold by the eye, my boy.
Will I have all this, mother?
Oh, aye, Michael. Thou shalt have all, Michael.
How likest thou this wench?
I cannot tell. I would have Rafe, George.
Oh, here's Rafe. Here's Rafe.
My trusty squire, unlace my helm. Now give me my hat. Where are we? Or what desert may this be?
Mirror of knighthood, this is, as I take, the peerless Wantham Down. In the bottom stands the enchanted valley.
Oh, Michael, we are betrayed. We are betrayed. Here be giants. Fly, boy. Fly, boy. Fly.
Lace on my helmet. Helmet's too hot. What noise is this? A gentle lady, flying the embrace of some uncourteous knight. I will relieve her. Go, squire, and say, the knight that wears this pestle in honor of all ladies swears revenge upon the recreant coward that pursues her.
I go, brave knight.
My trusty dwarf and friend. Reach me my shield. Oh, and hold it while I swear. First by my knighthood, then by my sword girt about me, by this bright, burning pestle of mine honor, the living trophy, and by all respects due to distressed damsels here. I vow never to end the quest of this fair lady and that forsaken squire till my valor I gain their liberty.
Heaven bless the knight that thus relieves poor and gentle errant women.
Nary rape, this has some savor in it. But George, I will not have him go away so soon. Oh, I shall be sick if he go away. Call Rafe again, George, call Rafe again. I prithee, sweetheart, let him come fight before me, and let him kill all that comes near him. And thou lovest me, George.
Please, little bird, I shall kill, or he shall kill them all, not I.
Fortune, if thou beest not ill, show me thy better face, and bring about thy desperate wheel, that I may climb at length and stand. This is our place of meeting, if love have any constancy. O age, where only wealthy men are counted happy! How should I please thee, how deserve thy smiles, when I am only rich in misery? My father's inheritance, and this little coin is my inheritance, a strong revenue. From earth thou art, to earth I give thee. Bear, grow, and multiply, whilst fresher air breeds me a fresher fortune. How? Illusion? What, hath the devil coined himself before me so? 'Tis metal good, it rings well. I am waking it, and taking too, I hope. Now, God's dear blessing upon his heart that left it here. 'Tis mine. These pearls, I take it, were not left for swine.
I do not like that this unthrifty youth should embezzle away the money. The poor gentlewoman, his mother, will have a heavy heart for it, God knows.
And reason good, sweetheart.
Comes not Sir Squire again?
Right, courteous knight. Your squire doth come. With him takes a lady for the squire of damsels, I take it?
Madam, if any service or devoir of a poor errant knight may right your wrongs commanded, I am pressed to give you succor, for to that holy end I bear my arm.
Oh, alas, sir, I am such a poor gentle woman, and I have lost my money in the forest.
Desert, you would say, lady. Desert. And not lost, whilst I have sword and lance. Dry up your tears, which ill befit the beauty of that face, and tell the story, if I may request it, of your disastrous fortune.
Out, alas, I left £1,000, £1,000 in all the money I had laid up for this youth. Upon the sight of your mastership, you looked so grim, and, as I may say it, saving your presence, more like a giant than a mortal man.
I am as you are, lady. Oh, so are they, all mortal. But why weeps this gentle squire?
Oh, has he not cause to weep? do you think when he hath lost his inheritance?
Young hope of valor, weep not. I am here, that will confound thy foe and pay it dear upon his coward head that dares deny distressed squires and ladies equity. I have but one horse, on which shall ride this fair lady behind me and before this courteous squire. Fortune will give us more upon our next adventure. Fairly speed beside us, squire and dwarf, to do us need.
Did I not tell you, Nell, what your man would do? By the faith of my body, wench, for clean action and good delivery, they may all cast their caps at him.
And so they may, faith, for I dare speak it boldly. The 12 companies of London cannot match him. Timber for timber.
Yes, I warned you, duckling.
Good Mistress Luce, however I in fault am for your lame horse, you're welcome unto Waltham Forest. But which way now to go, or what to say, I know not truly, till it be broad day.
Oh, fear not, Master Humphrey. I am guide for this place enough.
Then up and ride, or if it please you, walk for your repose, or sit, or if you will, go pluck a rose, either of which shall be indifferent to your good friend and Humphrey, whose consent is so entangled ever to your will as the poor harmless horse is to the mill.
You're merry, Master Humphrey.
Luce. Oh, dear friend, Luce.
Here, Jasper.
You are mine.
If it be so, my friend, you use me fine. What do you think I am?
Errant naughty?
A word of obloquy. Now, by God's body, I'll tell thy master, for I know thee well.
Hey, and you be so forward for to tell. Take that. Have that. And tell him, sir, I gave it, and say, I paid you well.
Oh, sir, I have it, and do confess the payment. Pray be quiet.
Go, get you to your nightcap and the diet to cure your beaten bones.
Alas, poor Humphrey, get thee some wholesome broth with sage and comfrey, a little oil of roses and a feather to anoint that black withal. Farewell, my pretty nymph.
Farewell. The devil's dam was never so banged in hell.
This young Jasper will prove me another thing, my conscience, and he may be suffered, George. Dost not see, George, how a swaggers and flies at the very heads of folks as he were a dragon?
You're too bitter, Coney. The young man may do well enough for all this.
Come hither, Master Humphrey. Has he hurt you? Now beshrew his fingers for it. Take the piece on him, sweetheart. Take the piece on him.
No. I'll have Rafe fight with him and swinge him up well-favoredly. Sirrah, boy, come hither. Boy, let Rafe come in and fight with Jasper.
Aye, and beat him well. He's an unhappy boy.
Sir, you must pardon. The plot of our play lies contrary, and 'twill hazard the spoiling of our play.
Plot me no plots. I'll have Rafe come out. I'll make your house too hot for you else.
Why, sir, he shall. But if anything fall out of order, the people must pardon us.
Go your ways, goodman boy. I'll hold him a penny. He shall have his belly full of fighting now. Oh, here comes Rafe. Oh, Rafe, no more.
What knight is that, squire? Ask him if he keep the passage, bound by love of fair lady, or else but prick it.
Sir, I am no knight, but a poor gentleman that this same night had stolen from me on yonder green my lovely wife, and suffered to be seen, yet extant on my shoulders such a greeting that, whilst I still live, I shall think of that meeting.
Aye, Rafe, he beat him unmercifully, Rafe, and thou sparest him, Rafe. I would thou were hanged.
No more, wife, no more.
Where is this caitiff wench hath done this deed?
Here comes the broker hath purloined my treasure.
Oh, go, squire, and tell him I am here, an errant knight at arms to crave delivery of that fair lady to her own knight's arms. If he deny, bid him take choice of ground and so defy him.
From the knight that bears the golden pestle, I defy thee, knight, unless thou make fair restitution of that bright lady.
Tell the knight that sent thee, he is an ass, and I will keep the wench and knock his headpiece.
Knight, thou art but dead, if thou recall not thy uncourteous terms.
Breaks, pate, Rafe.
Come, knight, I am ready for you. Now your pestle shall try what temple, sir, your mortars of. With that he stood upright in his stirrups, and gave the knight of the calfskin such a knock, that he forsook his horse, and down he fell. And then he leapt upon him, and plucking off his helmet.
Nay, and my noble knight be down so soon, though I can scarcely go, I must needs run.
Run, Rafe, run for thy life. Jasper comes.
Come loose, we must have other arms for you. Humphrey and Golden Pestle, both adieu.
Oh, sure the devil, God bless us, is in this. Why, George, did ever see such a fire trick? Well, I am afraid my boys miscarried. If there be any law in England, I'll make some of them smart for it.
No, no. I have found out the matter, sweetheart. As sure as we are here, he is enchanted.
Ooh.
Truly, Master Knight of the Burning Pestle, I am weary.
Indeed. Well, mother, and I am very hungry.
Take comfort, gentle dame, and you, fair squire, for in this desert there must needs be placed many strong castles, held by courteous knights. Until I bring you safe to one of those, I swear by this my order, ne'er to leave you.
I would we had a mess of pottage and a pot of drink. Squire, we're going to bed.
Oh, why, we are at Waltham Town's End, and that's the Bell's Inn.
Ooh, take courage, valiant knight. Damsel, squire, I've discovered, if not a stone's cast off, an ancient castle, held by an old knight of the most holy order of the Bell, who gives all knights air and entertain. There's plenty of food, and all prepared by the white hands of his own lady dear. He hath 3 squires that welcome all of his guests. The first, named Jambalino. We will see our beds prepared and bring us snowy sheets, when ne'er a footman stretch his buttered hands. The second, named Tapestro, who will see our pots full filled with no froth therein. And the third, a gentle squire, Ostrelero is his name, who will our palfrey slick a wisp of straw, and in the manger put the oats enough, and never grease the teeth with candle snuff.
That same dwarf's a pretty boy. But the squire's a groutenal.
Well, knock at the gates, my squire, with stately lance.
Who's there? Oh, you're welcome, gentlemen. Will you see a room?
Right, courteous and valiant knight of the Burning Pestle, this is Squire Tapestro.
Fair Squire Tapestro, I, a wandering knight named of the Burning Pestle, in the quest of this fair lady's casket and wrought purse, losing myself in this vast wilderness, and to this castle well by fortune brought.
And please you to see a chamber. You are very welcome.
George, I would have something done, and I cannot tell what it is.
What is it now?
But why, George, shall Rafe beat nobody again? Oh, prithee, sweetheart, let him.
So he shall, Nell. If I join with him, we'll knock them all.
Father, it's true, in arms I'll ne'er clasp her, for she is stolen away by your man, Jasper.
Unhappy that I am to lose my child? Now I begin to think on Jasper's words, who oft hath urged to me thy foolishness. Why didst thou let her go? Thou lovest her not, that wouldst bring home thy life, and not bring her.
Father, forgive me, shall I tell you true? Look on my shoulders, they are black and blue, whilst to and fro for Luce and I were winding, he came and basted me with a hedge binding.
Get men and horses straight. We will be there within this hour. You know the place again?
I know the place where my loins did swaddle. I'll get 6 horses, and to each a saddle.
Meantime, I will go talk with Jasper's father.
George, what wilt thou lay with me now that Master Humphrey has not Mistress Luce yet? Speak, George, what wilt thou lay with me?
No, Nell, I warrant thee, Jasper is at puckerage with her by this.
Nay, George, you must consider Mistress Luce's feet are tender, and besides 'tis dark, and I promise you truly, I do not see how he should get out of Waltham Forest with her yet.
Nay, Coney, nay, what wilt thou lay with me that Rafe has her not yet?
I will not lay against Rafe, honey, because I have not spoken with him. Oh, but look, George, peace, here comes the merry old gentleman again.
Oh.
When it was growing to dark midnight, and all were fast asleep, in came Margaret's grimly ghost, and stood at William's feet. I have no money, and meat, and drink beforehand till tomorrow at noon. Why should I be sad? Methinks I have 6 jovial spirits within me. I am 3 merry men, and 3 merry men. To what end should any man be sad in this world? 'Tis vile. Never trust a tailor that does not sing in his work. His mind is of nothing but filching.
Mark this, George, 'tis worth noting. Godfrey, my tailor, you know, never sings, and he had 14 yards to make this gown, and I'll be sworn Mistress Penistone, the draper's wife, had one made with 12.
Sure.
'Tis mirth that fills the veins with blood, more than wine or sleep or food. Let each man keep his heart at ease. No man dies of that disease.
Look, George, look, how sayest thou by this, George? Is not a fine old man? Now, God's blessing on thy sweet lips. Oh, when wilt thou be so merry, George? Faith, thou art the frowningest little thing when thou art angry.
Peace, Coney.
And you came from Walsingham, from the Holy Land. There met you not my true love, but the way as you came.
Oh, master, merry thought. My daughter's gone. This mirth becomes you not. My daughter's gone.
Why, and if she be, what care I? Or let her come, or go, or tarry.
Mock not my misery. It is your son has stolen my only joy, my child, away.
He set her on a milk-white steed, himself upon a grey. He never turned his face again, but bore her quite away.
Unworthy of the kindness I have shown to thee and thine, too late I well perceive thou art consenting to my daughter's loss.
Your daughter? What a stir's here with your daughter? Let her go. Think no more of her, but sing loud.
Oh, might I behold her once again, and she once more embrace her aged sire.
Fie, how scurvily this goes, and she once more embrace her aged sire. You'll make a dog on her, will ye? She cares not for her aged sire, I warrant you. She cares not for her daddy, nor she cares not for her mammy, for she is my lord of Lowgrave's lassie.
For this thy scorn, I will pursue that son of thine to death.
Do. And when you have killed him, give him flowers enough, Palmer. Give him flowers enough. Give him red and white and blue and green and yellow.
I'll fetch my daughter.
I'll hear no more of your daughter. It spoils my mirth.
I'll be revenged, by heaven.
How dost thou like this, George?
Well, like this as well, Coney, but if Rafe were hot once, thou shouldst see more.
My dear, though we have lost our way, we have not lost ourselves. Are you not weary with this night's wandering, broken from your rest, and frighted with the terror that attends the darkness of this wild, unpeopled place?
No, my best friend. I cannot either fear or entertain a weary thought whilst you, the end of all my full desires, stand by me.
Want me loose so fast that whilst I live, I shall become your faithful prisoner and wear these chains forever. Come, sit down and rest your body too. Too delicate for these disturbances. So, will you sleep?
I cannot sleep. Indeed, I cannot, friend.
Why, then we'll sing and try out how that will work upon our senses.
I'll sing or say or anything but sleep.
Come, little mermaid, rob me of my heart with that enchanting voice.
You mock me, Jasper.
Temple it no more. I see the god of heavy sleep lay on his heavy mace upon your eyelids.
I am very heavy.
Sleep, sleep. In quiet rest crown thy sweet thoughts. Keep from her fair blood distempers, startings, horrors, and fearful shapes. Let all her dreams be joys and chaste delights, embraces, wishes, and such new pleasures as the ravished soul gives to the senses. So, my charms have took. Keep her, you powers divine, whilst I contemplate the wealth and beauty of her mind. She is only fair and constant, only kind, and only to thee, Jasper, oh my joys. Whither will you transport me? Let not fullness of my poor unburied hopes come up together and overcharge my spirits. No, thou child bred from despair, I dare not entertain thee. Having a love without the faults of a woman, and greater in her perfect goods than men, which to make good and please myself the stronger, though I certainly am certain of her love. I'll try her, that the world and memory may sing to aftertimes her constancy. Loose, awake.
Why do you fright me, friend, with those distempered looks? What makes your sword drawn in your hand? Who hath offended you? I prithee, Jasper, sleep, thou art wild with watching.
Come, make your way to heaven, and bid the world with all the villainies that stick upon it farewell. You're for another life.
Jasper, how have my tender years committed evil, especially against the man I love, this to be cropped untimely?
Foolish girl, canst thou imagine I could love his daughter that flung me from my fortune into nothing to sink or swim? Come, by this hand, you'll die. I must have life and blood to satisfy your father's wrongs.
Away, George, away! Now, I charge you people, see the king's peace kept. Oh, my heart, what a violence this, to offer manslaughter upon the harmless gentlewoman.
I warrant thee, sweetheart, we'll have him hampered.
Oh, Jasper, be not cruel. If thou wilt kill me, smile and do it quickly, and let not many deaths appear before me. I am a woman made of fear and love, a weak woman. Kill not with thy eyes, shoot me through and through. Strike, I am ready and dying, still I love thee.
Whereabouts?
No more of this. Now to myself again.
There he stands with sword like a martial knight drawn in his hand. Therefore, beware the fight.
Sirrah, restore my daughter.
Sirrah, no.
Upon him then.
Down with him! Down with him! Down with him! Cut him in the leg, boys!
Come your ways, minion. I'll provide a cage for you. You're grown so tame. Horse her away.
Truly, I'm glad our forces have the day.
They are gone, and I am hurt. My love is lost, never to get again. Oh, me unhappy. Bleed, and die I cannot. Oh, my folly, thou hast betrayed me. Hope, where art thou fled? Shall I but see my love again? Oh, no. She will not deign to look upon her butcher, nor she fit she should, yet I must venture. O chance, or fortune, or whatever thou art, that men adore for powerful, hear my cry, and let me loving live, or losing die.
Is gone, George?
Aye, Coney.
Marion, let him go, sweetheart. By the faith of my body, put me into such a fright that I tremble, as they say, as 'twere an aspen leaf. Why, look at my little finger, George, how it shakes. Well, now, in truth, every member of my body is the worse for it.
Come, sweet mouse, he shall not fright thee any more. Alas, my own heart, how it quivers.
Oh, Rafe! Rafe, how dost thou, Rafe? How hast thou slept tonight?
Please, now, let Rafe alone.
Master, the reckoning is not paid.
Right, courteous knight, who for the order's sake we render thanks to your puissant self, your beauteous lady, and your gentle squires for thus refreshing our wearied limbs, stiffened with hard achievements in wild desert.
Sir, there is 12 shillings to pay.
Thou merry Squire Tapestro, thanks to thee for comforting our souls with double jug. And if adventurous fortune prick thee forth, thou jovial squire, to follow feats of arms, take heed thou tender every lady's cause, every true knight, and every damsel fair, but spill blood of treacherous Saracens and false enchanters, that with magic spells have done to death full many a noble knight.
Thou valiant knight of the burning pestle, give ear to me. There is 12 shillings to pay, and as I am a true knight, I will not bate a penny.
George, I prithee tell me, must Rafe pay 12 shillings now?
No. Nothing but the old knight is merry with Rafe.
Oh, is nothing else? Well, Rafe will be as merry as he.
Sir Knight, this mirth of yours becomes you well. But to requite this liberal courtesy, if any of your squires will follow arms, he shall receive from my heroic hand a knighthood by the virtue of this pestle.
Fair knight, I thank you for your noble offer. Therefore, gentle knight, 12 shillings you must pay, or I must cap you.
Look, George, did not I tell thee as much? The Knight of the Bell is in earnest. Rafe shall not be beholding to him. Give him his money, George, and let him go snuck up.
Cap Rafe, no. Hold your hand, sir. There's your money. Have you anything to say to Rafe now? Cap Rafe.
I would you should know it. Rafe has friends that will not suffer him to be capped for 10 times so much, and 10 times to the end of that. Ha! Well, now take thy course, Rafe.
Oh, yes, do.
Come, Michael, thou and I will go home to thy father. He hath enough left to keep us a day or two, and we'll set fellows abroad to cry our purse and our casket. Shall we, Michael?
I pray, mother. In truth, my feet are full of chilblains with traveling.
Faith, and those chilblains are a foul trouble. Oh, Mistress Mary Thought, when your youth comes home, let him rub all the soles of his feet and his heels and his ankles with a mouse skin.
It works.
Master Knight of the Burning Pestle, my son Michael and I bid you farewell. I thank your worship heartily for your kindness.
Farewell, fair lady, and your tender squire, if pricking through these deserts I do hear of any traitorous knight who through his guile hath light upon your casket and your purse, I will despoil him of them and restore them.
Oh, I thank you, your worship.
Dwarf, bear my shield. Squire, elevate my lance. But yet, before I go, speak, worthy sir, of aught you do of sad adventures know, where errant knight may through his prowess win eternal fame, and free some gentle souls from endless bonds of steel and lingering pain.
Sirrah, go to Nick the barber and bid him prepare himself, as I told you before. Quickly.
I am gone, sir.
Sir Knight, this wilderness affordeth none but the great venture, where full many a knight hath tried his prowess, and come up with shame, and where I would not have you lose your life against no man but furious fiend of hell.
Speak on, sir. Tell what he is and where, for here I vow upon my blazing badge, never to blaze a day in quietness till I have quelled that man or beast or fiend that works such damage to all errant knights.
Not far from hence, near to a craggy cliff, at the north end of this distressed town, there doth stand a lowly house, ruggedly builded, and in it a cave, in which an ugly giant now doth one named Barbarossa. In his hand he shakes a naked lance of purest steel, with sleeves turned up, and him before he wears a motley garment to preserve his clothes from blood of those knights which he massacres. And ladies Ghent, without his door doth hang a copper basin on a pricked spear, at which no sooner gentle knights can knock, but the shrill sound fierce Barbarossa hears, and rushing forth, brings in the errant knight and sets him down in an enchanted chair. Then with an engine, which he hath prepared with 40 teeth, he claws his courtly crown, next makes him wink, and underneath his chin he plants a brazen piece of mighty board, whilst with his fingers, and an instrument which with he snaps his hair off, he doth fill the wretch's ears with a most hideous noise. Thus every night adventurer he doth trim, and now no creature dares encounter him.
In God's name, I will fight him. Kind sir, go out before me to this dismal cave where this huge giant Barbarossa dwells. And by that virtue, that brave knight Roesler, that damned brood of ugly giants slew, I doubt not but to curb this traitor foul, and to the devil send his guilty soul.
Brave-spirited knight, thus far I will perform this your request. I'll bring you within sight of this most loathsome place, inhabited by a more loathsome man, but dare not stay, for his main force swoops all he sees away.
Well, St. George, set on before. March, squire and page.
George, does think Rafe will confound the giant?
I hold my cap to a farthing he does, Nell. I saw him wrestle with the great Dutchman and hurl him.
Faith, and that Dutchman was a goodly man. Oh, look, George, here comes Mistress Merrythought again. And I would have Rafe come and fight with the giant, I tell you true, I long to see it.
Yes. Good Mistress Merrythought, be gone, I pray you, for my sake. I pray you, forbear a little. You shall have audience presently. I have a little business.
Mistress Merrythought, if it please you to refrain your passion a little, till Rafe have dispatched the giant out of the way, we shall think ourselves much bound to you.
Yes.
I thank you, good Mistress Merrythought.
Boy, come hither. Right there. Send over Rafe and this whoreson giant quickly.
In good faith, sir, we cannot. You'll utterly spoil our play and make it to be hissed, and it cost money. You will not suffer us to go on with our plot.
Let him come now and dispatch this, and I'll trouble you no more.
Will you give me your hand of that?
Give him thy hand, George, do.
I'll send him presently.
I thank you, little youth. Oh, Rafe's here, George. God send thee good luck, Rafe.
Puissant knight, yonder his mansion is. Lo, where the spear and copper basin are. Behold that string on which hangs many a tooth, drawn from the gentle jaw of wandering knights. I dare not stay to sound, he will appear.
Oh, faint not heart. Susan, my dear lady, the cobbler's maid in Milk Street, for whose sake I take these arms. Oh, let the thought of thee carry thy knight through all adventurous deeds, and in the honor of thy beauteous self, may I destroy this monstrous Barbarossa. Knock, squire, upon that basin till it break with the shrill notes or the giant speak.
George! The giant! Now, Rafe, for thy life!
What fond unknowing wight is this that dare so rudely knock at Barbarossa's cell, where no man comes but leaves his fleece behind?
I, traitorous caitiff, who am sent by fate to punish all the sad enormities that thou hast committed against ladies, gent, and errant knights. Traitor to God and men, prepare thyself. This is the dismal hour appointed for thee to give strict account of all thy beastly, treacherous villainies.
Foolhardy knight, full soon thou shalt abide this fond reproach. Thy body I will bang, and lo, upon that string thy teeth shall hang. Prepare thyself, for dead soon thou shalt be.
St. George for me!
Gargantua for me!
Susan, inspire me! Now hell up again!
Boy, kill, Rafe!
No, Rafe, get all out of him first.
Presumptuous man, see what desperate thy treachery hath brought thee. But say, vile wench, before I send thy soul to sad Hades, whither it must go, what captives holdst thou in thy sable cave?
Go in and free them all. Thou hast the day.
Go, squire and dwarf, search in this dreadful cave and free the wretched prisoners from their bonds.
I crave for mercy as thou art a knight, and scornst to spill the blood of those that beg.
But will not Rafe kill this giant? Surely I am afraid if he let him go, he will do as much hurt as ever he did.
Not so, Mouse, neither. If he could convert him.
Well, George, if he could convert him, but a giant is not so soon converted as one of us ordinary people.
Now.
Mercy, great knight, I do recant my ill, and henceforth never gentle blood will I spill.
I give thee mercy. But yet shalt thou swear upon this burning pestle to perform thy promise uttered.
I swear and kiss.
Depart then, and amend. Come, squire and dwarf, the sun grows towards the set, and we have many more adventures yet.
Now Rafe is in this humor. I know he would have beaten all the boys in the house if they had been set on him.
Aye, George, but it is well as it is. I warrant you, the people do consider what it is to overthrow a giant.
Well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but look, George, here comes Mistress Merrythought and her son Michael. Now you are welcome, Mistress Merrythought. Now Rafe has done, you may go on.
Thank you. Mick, my boy.
Aye, forsooth, mother.
Be merry, Mick. We are at home now, where I warrant you, you shall find the house flung out of the windows. Hark! Hey, dogs, hey! This is the old world of faith with my husband. If I get in among them, I'll play them such a lesson that they shall have littlest to come scraping hither again. Why, Master Merrythought! Husband! Charles Merrythought!
If you will sing and dance and laugh, and hollow and laugh again, and then cry, there, boys, there. Why then, 1, 2, 3, 4, we shall be merry within the hour.
Why, Charles, do you not know your own natural wife? I say, open the door and turn me out those mangy companions. 'Tis more than time that they were fellow and fellow-like with you. You are a gentleman, Charles, and an old man, and father of 2 children.
Oh, go from my window, love, go. Go from my window, my dear. The wind and the rain will drive you back again. You cannot be lodged here. Ha! Hark you, Mistress Merrythought. You that walk upon adventures and forsake your husband because he sings, and with never a penny in his purse, what shall I think myself the worse? Faith, no. I'll be merry. You come not here.
Merrythought, what am I that you should laugh me to scorn thus abruptly? Am I not your fellow feeler, as we may say, in all our miseries? Your comforter in health and sickness? Have I not brought you children? Are they not like you? Look upon your own image, hard-hearted man, and yet for all this, I have done you so much.
Begone, my Juggy, my Puggy, begone, my love, my dear. The weather is warm, 'twill do thee no harm. Thou canst not be lodged here. Be merry, boys! Some light and more wine!
He's not in earnest, I hope, George, is he?
What if he be, sweetheart?
Well, marry, if he be, George, I'll make bold to tell him he's an ingrate old man to use his bedfellow so scurvily.
What? How does he use her, honey?
Mary, come up, Sir Sauce Box. I think you'll take his part, will you not? Lord, how hot you have grown.
What? Nay, prithee, no, chide not. For as I am an honest man and a true Christian grocer, I do not like his doings.
I cry you mercy then, George. You know we are all frail and full of infirmities. Do you hear, Master Merrythought? May I crave a word with you?
Strike up lively, lads!
I had not thought, in truth, Master Merrythought, that a man of your age and discretion, as I may say, being a gentleman, and therefore known by your gentle conditions, could have used so little respect to the weakness of his wife, for your wife is your own flesh, the staff of your age, your yoke fellow, with whom you are bound.
I come not hither for thee to teach. I have no pulpit for thee to preach. I would thou hadst kissed me under the breech. as thou art a lady gay.
Marry with a vengeance. I am heartily sorry for the poor gentlewoman, but if I were thy wife, graybeard, I would do
Goody, sweet
something.
honeysuckle,
What?
be content.
Give me such words, that I'm a gentlewoman born. Hang him, hoary rascal. Get me some drink. George, I am almost molten with fretting now. Beshrew this knave's heart for it.
Lend me a light Lavolta. Come, be frolic. Fill the good fellow's wine.
Why, Master Merrythought, are you disposed to make me wait here? You'll open, I hope. I'll fetch them that shall open else.
Good woman, if you will sing, I'll give you something. If not, you are no love for me, Margaret. I am no love for you. Come aloft, boys! Aloft!
Now a churl's fart in your teeth, sir. Come, Mick, we'll not trouble him. I shall not ding us in the teeth with his bread and his broth, that he shall not. Come, boy, I'll provide for thee, I warrant thee. We'll go to Master Venturewills, the merchant. I'll get his letter to mine host at the Bell in Waltham, where I'll place thee with the tapster. Will not that do well for thee, Mick? Yeah, and let me alone with that old cuckoldy knave your father. I'll use him in his kind, I warrant ye.
Come, George, where's the beer?
Here, love. There you go.
Oh. It's funny how it changes. This old fornicating fellow will not out of my mind yet. Friends, I'll begin to you all, and I desire more of your acquaintance with all my heart.
Ladylike, yes.
Ah, look! Oh, George, the little boy's come again. Oh, methinks he looks something like the Prince of Orange. George, I will have him dance fading. Fading is a fine jig, I'll assure you. Begin, boy. Oh.
That's nice.
Now a capers, sweetheart.
I don't know
Now
what I want.
turn of the toe, and then tumble. Can you not tumble, youth?
No, indeed, forsooth.
Nor eat fire?
I'm made out of fabric. Neither.
Oh. Well, then I thank you heartily. There's tuppence to buy you points withal.
Go away. What shall we have Rafe do now, Nell?
George, let Rafe travel over great hills, and let him be very weary, and come to the king of Cracovia's house, covered with black velvet, and there let the king's daughter stand in her window, all in beaten gold, combing her golden locks with a comb of ivory, and let her spy Rafe, and fall in love with him, and come down to him, and carry him into her father's house, and then let Rafe talk with her.
Oh. Well said, Nell. Yes, it shall be so. Boy, get back on. Let's have done quickly.
Sir, if you will imagine all this to be done already, you shall hear them talk together. But we cannot present a house covered with black velvet and a lady in beaten gold.
Sir boy, let's hat as you can then.
Besides, it will show ill-favored to have a grocer's prentice to court a king's daughter.
Will it so, sir? You are well read in histories. I pray you, what was Sir Dagonet? Was not he prenticed to a grocer in London? Read the play of the Four Prentices of London, where they tossed their pikes. So, I pray you, fetch him in, sir. Fetch him in.
It shall be done. It's not our fault, gentlemen.
Now we shall see fine doings, I warrant ye, George. Oh, Here they come. Look how prettily the king of Krakowia's daughter is dressed.
My Nell, it is the fashion in that country, I warrant you.
Welcome, Sir Knight, unto my father's court, King of Moldavia, unto me, Beaumont, his daughter dear. Oh, but sure you do not like your entertainment. That will stay with us no longer but a night.
Right, damsel, right fair. I am on many sad adventures bound that call me forth into the wilderness. Besides, my horse's back is something galled, which will enforce me ride a sober pace. But many thanks, fair lady, be to you for using errant knight with courtesy.
But say, brave knight, what is your name and birth?
My name is Rafe. I am an Englishman, and prentice to a grocer in the Strand by deed indent, of which I have one part. But fortune, calling me to follow arms on me, this only order I did take of burning Pestle, which in all men's eyes I bear, confounding ladies' enemies.
Oft have I heard of your brave countrymen, and fertile soil, and store of wholesome food, and of wild fowl he will oft speak, which powdered beef and mustard call it is. For there have been great wars twixt us and you. Tell me then, Rafe, could you contented be to wear a lady's favor in your shield?
I am a knight of a religious order, and I will not wear a favor of a lady that trusts in Antichrist and false traditions.
Well said, Rafe. Convert her if thou canst.
Besides, I have a lady of my own in merry England, for whose virtuous sake I took these arms, and Susan is her name, a cobbler's maid in Milk Street, whom I vow ne'er to forsake whilst life and Pestle last.
Happy that cobbling dame, whoe'er she be, that for her own dear Rafe hath gotten thee. Unhappy I, that ne'er shall see the day to see thee more, that bearest my heart away.
Lady, farewell, I needs must take my leave.
Oh, hard-hearted Rafe, that ladies dost deceive.
Hark thee, Rafe. There's money for thee. Give something in the king of Krakowia's house. Be not beholden to him.
Lady, before I go, I must remember your father's officers who truth tell, have been about me very diligent. Hold up thy snowy hand, thou princely There's 12 pence for your father's chamberlain, and another shilling for his cook. For by my troth, the goose was roasted well. And 12 pence for your father's horsekeeper, for anointing my horse's back, and for this butter. There's another shilling. To the maid that washed my boots, horse, there's an English groat. And 2 pence to the boy that wiped my boots. And last, fair lady, this is for yourself. 3 pence to buy you pins at Bumbo Fair.
Oh, and I will keep them safe till all the heads be off. For thy sake, Rafe.
Advance, my squire and dwarf, I cannot stay.
Oh, thou killest my heart in passing thus away.
I commend Rafe yet that he will not stoop to a Krakowian. There's properer women in London than are any there, truly.
True.
Go, get you up. I will not be entreated, and gossip mine, I'll keep you sure hereafter from gadding out again with boys and unthrifts. Come, they are women's tears, I know your fashion. Go, sirrah, lock her in and keep the key safe as you love your life. Now, my son Humphrey, you may both rest assured of my love in this and reap your own desire. My daughter is yours again. Appoint the time and take her. We'll have no stealing for it. I myself and some few of our friends will see you married.
I would you would, faith, for be it known, I ever was afraid to lie alone.
Some 3 days hence, then.
3 days? Let me see. 'Tis somewhat of the most, yet I agree, because I mean against the appointed day to visit all my friends in new array.
Sir, there's a gentlewoman without would speak with your worship.
What is she?
Sir, I asked her not.
Bid her come in.
Peace be to your worship. I come as a poor suitor to you, sir, in the behalf of this child.
Are you not wife to Merrythought?
Yes, truly. Would I had never seen his eyes. He has undone me and himself and his children, and there he lives at home and sings and hoots and revels among his drunken companions. But I warn you, where to get a penny to put bread in his mouth, he knows not. And therefore, if it like your worship, I would entreat your letter to the honest host of the Bell in Waltham, that I may place my child under the protection of his tapster in some settled course of life.
I'm glad the heavens have heard my prayers. Thy husband, when I was ripe in sorrows, laughed at me. Thy son, like an unthankful wretch, I, having redeemed him from his fall and made him mine, to show his love again, first stole my daughter, then wronged this gentleman, and, last of all, gave me that grief had almost brought me down unto my grave, had not a stronger hand relieved my sorrows. Go, and weep as I did, and be unpitied. For here I profess an everlasting hate to all thy name.
Oh, will you so, sir? How say you by that? Come, Mick, we'll go to thy nurse's, Mick. She knits silk stockings, boy, and we'll knit too, boy, and be beholding to none of them all.
Sir, I take it you are the master of the house.
How then, boy?
Then to yourself, sir, comes this letter.
From whom, my pretty boy?
From him that was your servant, but no more shall that name ever be, for he is dead. Grief of your purchased anger broke his heart. I saw him die, and from his hand received this paper, and a charge to bring it hither, read it, and satisfy yourself in all.
Sir, that I have wronged your love, I must confess, in which I have purchased to myself, besides my own undoings, the ill opinion of my friends. Let not your anger, good sir, outlive me, but suffer me to rest in peace with your forgiveness. Let my body, if a dying man may say so much prevail with you, be brought to your daughter, that she may truly know my hot flames are now buried, and withal receive a testimony of the zeal I bore her virtue. Farewell forever, and be ever happy, Jasper. God's hand is great in this. I do forgive him, yet I am glad he's quiet, where I hope he will not bite again. Boy, bring the body, and let him have his will, if that be all.
'Tis here, without, sir.
So, sir, if you please, you may conduct it in. I do not fear it.
I'll be your usher, boy, for though I say it, he owed me something once, and well did pay it.
Oh, if there be any punishment inflicted upon the miserable, more than yet I feel that it together seized me and at once pressed down my soul. I cannot bear the pain of these delaying tortures. Thou that art the end of all and the sweet rest of all, come, come, O death! Bring me to my peace and blot out all the memory I nourish, both of my father and my cruel friend. Happy had I been if being born my grave had been my cradle.
By your leave, young mistress, here's a boy hath brought a coffin? What I would say, I know not, but your father charged me to give you notice. Here they come.
For me I hope 'tis come, and 'tis most welcome.
Fair mistress, let me not add greater grief to that great store which you have already. Jasper, that whilst he lived was yours, now dead and here enclosed, commanded me to bring his body hither, and to crave a tear from those fairy eyes, though he deserved not pity, to deck his funeral, for so he bid me tell her for whom he died.
He shall have many. Good friends, depart a little whilst I take my leave of this dead man. That once I loved. Hold yet a little life, and then I give thee to thy first heavenly being. Hast thou deceived me thus and God before me? I shall not long be after, but believe me, thou wert too cruel, Jasper, against thyself. Thou wert most kind, most true, most loving. And I the most unkind, most false, most cruel. Didst thou but ask a tear, I'll give thee all, even if my eyes can pour down all my sights and all myself before thou goest from me. These are but sparing rites, but if thy soul be yet about this placing, and behold and see what I prepared to deck thee with, it shall go up, borne on the wings of peace and satisfied. And fill one coffin and one grave together, thou stable cloth, sad cover of my joys, I lift thee up, and thus I meet with death.
And thus you meet the living.
Save me, heaven!
Nay, do not fly me fair. I am no spirit. Look better on me. Do you know me yet?
Oh, thou dear shadow, my friend.
Dear substance, I swear I am no shadow. Feel my hand. It is the same as it was. I am your Jasper. Your Jasper that's yet living and yet loving. Pardon my rash attempt. My foolish proof I put in practice of your constancy. For sooner should my sword have drunk my blood and set my soul at liberty than drawn the least drop from that body, for which boldness do me to do anything. If death, I take it, and willingly.
This death I'll give you for it. So now I am satisfied you are no spirit, but my own truest friend. How do you come thus to me?
To see you, then to convey you hence.
It cannot be, for I am locked up here and watched at all hours, that 'tis impossible for me to escape.
Nothing more possible. Within this coffin do you convey yourself. Let me alone, I have the wits of 20 men about me. Only I crave the shelter of your closet a little, and then fear me not. Creep in, they may presently convey you hence. Fear nothing, dearest love. I'll be your second. Lie close, so all goes well yet. Boy.
At hand, sir.
Convey away the coffin, and be wary.
'Tis done already.
Now must I go conjure.
Boy, oh boy.
Your servant, sir.
Do me this kindness, boy. Hold. Here's a crown. Before thou bury the body of this fellow, carry it to his old merry father, and salute him from me, and bid him sing, he hath cause.
I will, sir.
And then bring me word what tune he is in, and have another crown. But do it truly. I have fitted him a bargain now will vex him.
God bless your worship's health, sir.
Farewell, boy.
Who can sing a merrier note than he that cannot change a groat? Not a denier left. And yet my heart leaps. I do wonder yet, as old as I am, that any man will follow a trade or serve that may sing and laugh and walk the streets. My wife and both my sons are, I know not where. I have nothing left, nor know I how to come by meat to supper. Yet I am merry still, for I know I shall find it upon the table at 6 o'clock. Therefore, what? Oh, hang thought! I would not be a serving man to carry a cloak bag still, nor would I be a falconer the greedy hawk to fill. But I would be in a good house and have a good master too, and I would eat and drink the best, and no work would I do. This is that keeps life and soul together. Mirth! This is the philosopher's stone that they write so much on, and yet keeps a man forever young.
Sir, they say they know all your money is gone, and they will trust you for no more drink.
Will they not? Well, let them choose. The best is I have mirth at home, and need not send abroad for that. Let them keep their drink to themselves. Hey, ho, nobody at home. Meat nor drink nor money have I none. Yet we must be merry, merry. Hey, ho, nobody home. So, boy, enough. Follow me. Let's change our place, and we shall laugh afresh.
Let him go, George. Shall not have any countenance from us, nor a good word from any of the company, if I may stroke in't.
No more I shall not love. But Nell, I will have Rafe do a very notable matter now, to the eternal honor and glory of all grocers. Sirrah, you there, boy, can none of you hear?
Sir, your pleasure.
Let Rafe come out on May Day in the morning and speak upon a conduit with all his scarfs about him, and his feathers, and his rings, and his knacks.
Why, sir, you do not think of our plot. What will become of that, then?
Why, sir, I care not what become on't. I'll have him come out, or I'll fetch him out myself. I'll have something done in honor of the city. Besides, he hath been long enough upon adventures. Bring him out quickly, or if I come in amongst you.
Well, sir, he shall come out, but if our play miscarry, sir, you are like to pay for it.
Bring him away, then.
This will be brave, Faith. George, shall he not dance the Morris too?
No, sweetheart, it will be too much for the boy.
Ah.
Yeah, too much. Oh, there he is now.
London, to thee I do present the merry month of May. Let each true subject be content to hear me what I say, for from the top of the conduit head, as plainly may appear, I will both tell my name to you, and wherefore I come here. My name is Rafe, by due descent through not ignoble, I yet far inferior to the stock of gracious grocery, and by the common counsel of my fellows in the Strand, with gilded staff and crossed scarf, the Maylord, here I stand. Rejoice, O English hearts, rejoice. Rejoice, O lovers dear, rejoice, O city, town, and country, rejoice, eke every sheer. For now The fragrant flowers do spring and sprout in seemingly sort. The little birds do sit and sing, the lamb do make fine sport. The lords and ladies now abroad for their disport and play do kiss sometimes upon the grass, and sometimes in the hay. The rumbling rivers now do warm for little boys to paddle. The sturdy steed now goes to grass, and up they hang his saddle. And be like them, oh, you, I say, for this same noble town, and lift aloft your velvet heads and slipping off your gowns, bells on legs and napkins clean unto your shoulders tied with scarfs and garters, as you please. And hey, for our town cried. And let it ne'er be said for shame that we, the youths of London, lay thrumming up our caps at home and left our custom undone. Up then, I say, both young and old, both man and maid a-maying, with drums and guns that bounce aloud and merry tabor playing, which prolong, God save our king, and send his country peace, and root out treason from the land. And so, my friends, I cease.
Bravo, Rainbow, bravo!
I will have no great store of company at the wedding. A couple of neighbors and their wives, and we will have a capon and stewed broth with marrow and a good piece of beef stuck with rosemary.
Forbear thy pains, fond man, it is too late.
Heaven bless me, Jasper.
I am his ghost, whom thou hast injured for his constant love, fond worldly wretch, who dost not understand in death that true hearts cannot be parted be. First know, thy daughter is quite borne away on wings of angels through the liquid air, too far out of thy reach, and never more shalt thou behold her face. But she and I will in another world enjoy our lives. Ooh. And never shalt thou sit or be alone in any place, but I will visit thee with ghastly looks, and put into thy mind the great offenses which thou didst to me. When thou art at thy table with thy friends, merry in heart and filled with a swirling wine, I'll come in midst of all thy pride and mirth, and whisper, such a sad tale in thine ear shall make thee let the cup fall from thy hand, and stand as mute and pale as death itself.
Forgive me, Jasper. Oh, what might I do? Tell me to satisfy thy troubled ghost.
There is no means. Too late thou think'st of this.
But tell me, what were best for me to do?
Repent thy deed, and satisfy my father, and beat fond Humphrey out of thy doors. Ooh.
Look, George, look! His very ghost would have folks beaten.
Shameful.
Father, my bride is gone. My fair mistress loose. My soul's the font of vengeance. Mistress loose.
Hence, fool, out of my sight with thy fond passion. Thou hast undone me.
Ow! Stop! Ow! Oh, my father dear, for loose thy daughter's sake, that have no peer!
Thy father, fool! There's some blows more!
Oh, what shall I do? I have been beaten twice, and Mistress Luce is gone. Help me, devise. Since true love is gone, I never more, whilst I do live upon the sky will pour, but in the dark will wear about my soul's shoes, in passion, in Saint Faith's church under Paul.
George! George!
Huh?
Call Rafe hither. If you love me, call Rafe hither. I have the bravest thing for him to do, George. Prithee, call him quickly.
Rafe! Why, Rafe, boy!
Here, sir.
Come hither, Rafe. Come to thy mistress, boy.
Rafe. I would have thee call all the youths together in battle array with drums and guns and flags and march in pompous fashion. And there exhort your soldiers to be merry and wise and to keep their beards from burning, Rafe. And then skirmish and let your flags fly and cry, kill, kill, kill. Do it bravely, Rafe. And I think before whom you perform and what person you represent.
I warrant you, mistress, if I do it not for the honor of the city and the credit of my master, let me never hope for freedom.
'Tis well spoken, Faith. Go thy ways. Thou art a spark indeed.
Rafe, double your files bravely, Rafe.
I warrant you, sir. Warrant you.
Let him look narrowly to his service. I shall take him else. I was there myself, a pikeman once, in the hottest of the day, wench, had my feather shot sheer away, the fringe of my pike burnt off with powder, my pate broken with a scouring stick, and yet I thank God I am here.
Be thankful for it, George, for indeed, 'tis wonderful.
Yeah.
March fair, my hearts! Lieutenant, beat the rear up. Ancient, let your colors fly. Sergeant, call the muster.
William Hammerton, Pewter!
Here, Captain!
A corselet and a Spanish pike, 'tis well. Can you shake it with a terror?
I hope so, Captain.
Charge upon me. 'Tis with the weakest, but more strength, William Hammerton, more strength. As you were again, proceed, Sergeant.
George Greengoose, Poulterer!
Here!
No, let me see your piece, neighbor Green Goose. When was she shot in?
And like you, Master Captain, I made a shot even now, partly to scour her and partly for audacity.
It should seem so, certainly, for her breath is yet inflamed. Besides, there is a main fault in the touch hole. Get you a feather, neighbor, get you a feather. Sweet oil and paper, and your piece may do well yet again. Where's your powder?
Here?
What? In a paper? As I am a soldier and a gentleman. It craves a martial court. You ought to die for it. Where's your horn? Answer me to that.
And like you, sir, I was oblivious.
It likes me not, you should be so. 'Tis a shame for you, and a scandal to all our neighbors, being a man of worth and estimation, to leave your horn behind you. I'm afraid 'twill breed example, but let me tell you no more on't. Sergeant, take note on't, for I mean to stop it in the pay. Remove and march. Soft and fair, gentlemen, soft and fair. Double your files, as you were. Faces about. Now, you with the sodden face. Keep in there. Look to your march, Sirrah. It will be your fellows' flask anon, so make a crescent now. Advance your pikes. Stand and give ear. Gentlemen, countrymen, friends, and my fellow soldiers, I've brought you this day from the shops of security and the counters of content to measure out in these furious fields honor by the ell and prowess by the pound. Let it not, I say, be told hereafter the noble issue of this city fainted, but bear yourselves in this fair action like men, valiant men and free men. Fear not the face of the enemy, nor the noise of the guns, for believe me, brethren, the rude rumbling of a brewer's cart is far more terrible, of which you have a daily experience. Neither let the stink of powder offend you. since a more valiant stink is nightly with you. Remember, then, what cause you have at hand, and like a sort of true-born scavenger scour me this famous realm of enemies. I have no more to say but this. Stand to your tacklings, lads, and show to the world you can as well brandish a sword as shake an apron. St. George and on my hearts! And
George!
George on the kazoo, everybody!
George!
'Twas well done, Rafe. I'll send thee a cold cap in a field and a bottle of marsh beer, and as it may be, come myself to see thee.
Oh, now the boy hath deceived me much. I did not think he'd had it in him. He has performed such a matter, wench, that if I live next year, I'll have him captain of the galley foist, or I'll want my will.
Yet I thank God I break not a wrinkle more than I had. Not a stoop, boys! Care, live with cats. I defy thee. My heart is as sound as an oak, and though I want drink to wet my whistle in, I can sing. Come no more there, boys, come no more there, for we shall never, whilst we live, come any more there.
God save you, sir.
Oh, it's a brave boy. Canst thou sing?
Yes, sir. I can sing, but 'tis not so necessary at this time.
Sing, we enchant it, while love doth grant it.
Sir, if you knew what I had brought you, you would have little list to sing.
And what hast thou brought?
A coffin, sir, and your dead son Jasper in it.
Dead? Why, farewell he. Thou wast a bonny boy, and I did love thee.
Then I pray you, sir, do so still.
Jasper's ghost! Well, thou art welcome from the Stygian lake so soon. Declare to me what wondrous things in Pluto's court are done.
By my troth, sir, I ne'er came there. 'Tis too hot for me, sir.
Oh, a merry ghost. A very merry ghost. And where is your true love?
Mary, look you, sir.
Oh, art thou good at that in faith? Way hey, tricksy turly whiskin, the world it runs on wheels, and when a young man's friskin, up go the maiden's heels.
Mary thought, will you not let us in? What do you think shall become of us?
What voice is that calleth at my door?
You will not have us starve here, will you, Master Mary thought?
Nay, good sir, be persuaded. She is my mother. If her offenses have been great against you, let your own love remember she is yours, and so forgive her.
Good Master Merrythought, let me entreat you, I will not be denied.
Why, Master Merrythought, will you be a vexed thing still?
Woman, I take you to my love again, but you shall sing before you enter. Therefore, dispatch your song and come in.
Well, you must have your will when all's done. Mick, what song canst thou sing, boy?
I can sing none, forsooth, but a lady's daughter of Paris properly.
Oh.
It was a lady's daughter.
Oh, come. You're welcome home again.
Are you within, sir? Master Merrythought?
It is my master's voice. Good sir, go hold him in talk while we convey ourselves into some inward room.
What are you? Are you merry?
I am, sir.
You must be very merry if you enter.
Oh, I am, sir.
Sing then.
Nay, good sir, open to me.
Sing, I say, or be the merry heart you, or by the merry heart you come not in.
Well, sir, I'll sing. Fortune and my foe.
Oh God, you are welcome, sir. You are welcome. You see your entertainment. Pray you, be merry.
Oh, Master Merrythought, I'm come to ask you forgiveness for the wrongs I offered you, and your most virtuous son. They're infinite, yet my contrition shall be more than they. I do confess my hardness broke his heart, for which just heaven hath given me punishment more than my age can carry. His wandering spirit, nor yet at rest, pursues me everywhere, crying, I'll haunt thee for thy cruelty. My daughter, she is gone. I know not how, taken invisible, and whether living or in the grave, 'tis yet uncertain to me. Oh, Master Merrythought, these are the weights will sink me to my grave. Forgive me, sir.
Why, sir, I do forgive you. And be merry. And if the wag in his lifetime played the knave, can you forgive him too?
Oh, with all my heart, sir.
Speak it again, sir, and heartily.
I do, sir. Now, by my soul, I do.
Sir, if you will forgive him, clap their hands together. There's no more to be said in the matter.
Oh, I do. I do.
I do not like this. Please, boys, hear me, one of you. Everybody's part is come to an end but Rafe's, and he's left out.
'Tis long of yourself, sir. We have nothing to do with his part.
Rafe, come away. Make an end on him, as you have done the rest, boys. Come.
Now, good husband, let him come out and die.
He shall now. Rafe, come away quickly and die, boy.
'Twill be very unfit he should die, sir, upon no occasion, and in a comedy, too.
You think you no care of that, sir boy. Is not his part at an end, think you, when he's dead? Come away, Rafe.
Farewell, all you good boys in merry London. Ne'er shall we more Shrove Tuesday meet and pluck down houses of iniquity. Pain increaseth. I shall never more hold open whilst another pumps both legs, nor daub a satin gown with rotten eggs. I die. Fly. Fly my soul to Grocer's Hall. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, well said, Rafe. Do your obeisance to the gentleman and go your ways. Well said, Rafe.
Methinks all we thus kindly and unexpectedly reconciled should not depart without a song.
Good motion.
Strike up, then.
Come now. Shall we go? The play's done.
Oh, nay, by my faith, George, I have more manners than so. I'll speak to these people first. I thank you all for your patience and countenance to Rafe, a poor fatherless child. And if I might see you at my house, it should go hard, but I would have a bottle of wine for you. Truly, I hope you do like the youth, but I would be glad to know the truth. I refer it to your own discretions, whether you will applaud him or no, for I will wink. And whilst you shall do what you will, I thank you with all my heart. God give you good night. Come on, George.
Yeah, okay.